Low-value behavior and narcissism. 10 reasons why low-value women are narcissists. Today, we will be looking at the 7 reasons why low-value women are narcissistic. If you have been trying to learn more about the narcissistic behavior in low-value women and how this affects their lives, then this one's for you. A narcissist is defined as someone who behaves and thinks in ways that serve to benefit their own selves. Narcissistic behavior can be found equally in both men and women. Throughout this video, we will be sharing the 7 reasons why low-value women are narcissists. But before we get started, please remember to take a quick second and support our content by liking, subscribing, and turning the notification bell on. This helps us create more videos like this for your entertainment. If you're all set, then let's get started. Number 1. They are desperate for attention from other people. Narcissistic behavior stems from wanting to be front and center. To a narcissist, everything is about the narcissist. They like to be front and center, and they try to benefit from every scenario. Since low-value women base their self-worth off of how much attention they get from other people, they are always coming off as desperate when they can't be the center of attention. This is also a narcissistic trait. Narcissistic women also crave to be the center of attention for so many reasons. These include a lack of self-acceptance, low confidence, and unhealthy attachment patterns. Such issues can often stem from childhood trauma. This is closely tied to adoration. The only way for the narcissist to feel satisfied is for them to feel adored and glorified. Therefore, the low-value trait of constant attention-seeking can easily translate as a narcissistic trait. The attention-seeking can also present itself in the form of hypersexuality, since low-value women think that love and sex are synonymous. To a low-value woman, the only way of keeping a man interested in her is to sleep with him. So these people will often exploit their own sexuality to get the things they want out of a partner, male or female. Number 2. They have little to no empathy. The most defining trait of a narcissistic woman is her empathy, or rather, their inability of showing any. This is another trait that low-value women and narcissistic women have in common. However, this does not go to say that these women were born deprived of the ability to empathize with others. What most people don't consider in regards to both low-value women and narcissistic women is that they limit their empathetic capacities. They are perfectly capable of empathizing with others. However, this means that they have to stop being vulnerable, and subconsciously, they cannot do that. Though there is a slight difference between why low-value women struggle with empathy and why narcissistic women struggle with empathy, low-value women usually can't empathize with others because they struggle to truly put themselves out there and be their authentic selves. While this also runs true for narcissistic women, a narcissist also avoids empathy to establish hierarchy. At this point, we should probably remind you that not all low-value women are narcissistic women. So one way to tell whether a low-value woman is also a narcissist would be to see why they struggle with empathy. Number 3. They always put other people down through gossiping. Gossiping, or spilling tea as they call it nowadays, is pretty much a toxic trait in itself. Because according to moral codes, if you cannot say something to someone's face, you should not say it behind their backs either. Gossiping is quite common for both low-value women and for narcissistic women. It is through gossiping that these types of people are able to put other people down and feel better about themselves. Gossiping helps release tremendous amounts of oxytocin, otherwise known as the love drug. Oxytocin promotes feelings of trust, so this is something they resort to in order to feel safe about themselves. This is why narcissistic women gossip more than the average woman who does not suffer from this condition. Because by gossiping and changing the narrative, or maybe even by theorizing, narcissistic women are able to come off like the hero of the day. Quite innovative, isn't it? These smear campaigns usually work out on their behalf until the truth shines through, one way or another. But narcissistic women take joy in that split second of feeling like they were the heroine and saved the day. Number 4. They tend to belittle other people. While gossiping is a common method for narcissistic women to drag other people down, it definitely is not the only one. Sometimes narcissists will take a more direct route and straight up belittle the people around them to come off like they are superior. This can also be seen in low-value women who try to eliminate competition. Because belittling someone is a shortcut to hindering their progress. By projecting their broken self-esteem onto other people, both narcissistic women and low-value women are able to eliminate any future competition from interfering with the end result that they envision. When people are belittled by narcissists, they tend to shut down, and this makes way for the narcissist to be front and center, just how they like it. Not only does belittling people make room for the ego of the narcissist, but it also creates an illusion that makes the narcissist look credible. This is because the object of the narcissist's spiteful words usually tends to shy away and not defend themselves. Number 5. They are very calculated, and they think every move through. Narcissistic women are marvelous plan makers. They also execute these plans flawlessly. This is because they are very calculated and think every move through. To narcissistic women, everything is a game of strategy. They will either win or lose, but losing is not in the dictionary of a narcissist. That is why every plan made by a narcissistic woman is a very detailed plan. Narcissistic women consider every possible outcome while making these plans. So not only do they have one main plan, but they also have backup plans for when things might go wrong. Therefore, it is very hard to disrupt the plans of a narcissistic woman. Number 6. They are way too vulnerable and damaged. Both low-value women and narcissistic women tend to show signs of emotional damage and high vulnerability. This is because even the most minor of inconveniences might end up making them feel like they are under attack. The emotional damage that these women portray could stem from a large number of things. However, the first and foremost reason why both narcissistic women and low-value women tend to lash out is because of unresolved traumas and pent-up feelings from their past experiences. These experiences don't necessarily have to be familial or amorous, since friendships also have a serious impact on the psyche of a person. Some studies even show that fallouts with best friends could damage a person more than fallouts with family members or romantic interests. Therefore, you should always approach an emotionally damaged woman with caution. While it may be human nature to want to heal people when we can, it is also important to know when to stop and protect ourselves from people who portray low value and narcissistic behavior. Number 7. They tend to have low self-esteem. Low-value women and narcissistic women both tend to have low self-esteem, which further proves that low-value women can be narcissistic women. Low-value women especially suffer from incredibly low levels of self-esteem. Their decreased amounts of self-esteem lead them to seek out attention from others, and when this gets out of hand, the low-value woman becomes a narcissistic woman. The narcissistic woman, driven by low self-esteem, will almost always go out of her way to redirect everyone's attention to herself, and she will do this in a sly manner. Therefore, this behavior might go unnoticed by people who are not familiar with the concept. However, let's try to see it in a different, simple light. Let's say that a group of guys and girls had gone out for the night, and girl A is interested in one of the boys. But the boy is interested in girl B, and so he doesn't notice girl A. If both girls are on the dance floor, the boy will likely keep his eyes on girl A. Though if girl B wants to act insecure and upset because she is not a good dancer, it will be his first instinct to soothe girl B. Would this make girl B a narcissistic person with low value? Let us know what you think down below in the comments. Number 8. They do not know how to be in a romantic relationship. While some people could chalk it up to lack of experience or maybe shyness, most people who don't know how to be in a romantic relationship carry a lot of past traumas. When these traumas go unnoticed and thus untreated, they have the malevolent power of taking a toll on the person's psyche and changing them for the worse. These people then start to shut friends and family out, thinking that they are not good enough, worthy enough, or lovable enough. As a result of this, they usually do not know how to navigate a romantic relationship. The fault may be in the unawareness and lack of treatment. However, this does not change the fact that both low-value women and narcissistic women struggle to be in relationships. This is because they often see a relationship as a means to an end, and refuse to form any sort of emotional attachment between themselves and the alleged love interest. In short, if your significant other seems to have trouble understanding basic relationship concepts and roles, you might want to look more carefully at how they treat you. If you often find yourself being used and abused, whether it's emotional abuse or physical, then you might be in a relationship with a narcissist. If the tally adds up, then your best shot is to detach yourself from the narcissist and seek therapy to avoid any emotional baggage being carried into future relationships. Number 9. They usually feel the need to prove themselves to others. The sad truth about narcissistic women is that they always see themselves as inadequate individuals. This is also true for low-value women. And when the feelings of inadequacy is mixed with the sensations of anger or wanting revenge, things get dangerous. That's when a low-value woman becomes a narcissist. If she has had enough of not getting what she wants, she will resort to whatever means she has available to make herself look adequate. So if you are noticing that a lady friend of yours is overpromising and under-delivering most of the time, you might want to keep them under a close watch, mainly to keep yourself safe. Number 10. They try so hard to seem like they are better than everyone else. When someone's naturally better, it's usually obvious that they aren't even trying. But when a low-value or narcissistic woman tries to seem like she's better than the rest, it's a clear telltale sign of her condition. These women try everything to seem like they're better than everyone else, because in their heads, their lives depend on how much they can outshine other people. For them, it's a constant competition of who gets to come out on top. The difference between a narcissist doing this and a low-value woman putting in the extra work is that the narcissist will always try to take credit for it, whereas the low-value woman will eventually give up because she doesn't see herself worthy. So that's always a pointer sign of whether you're dealing with a low-value woman or a narcissist. And that marks the end of our video. If you enjoyed watching this, then be sure to let us know by giving us a thumbs up. Want to be the first to know when we have a new video? Then turn on the bell to be notified every time we upload one. Finally, if you're looking for something to binge on, you can click on the video that's currently on your screen. We'll see you in our next video.